Howdy, my name is Marlin. I am from Montana. As is commonly known, people in Montana have a lot of time to contemplate the complexities of human nature, that is, when we are not busy with important things such as clinging to our God and our guns, chopping wood, hauling water, killing critters and wading through snowdrifts. I have been given considerable thought as to why over one half of the men in this country have lost the spirit of rugged individualism that made us a land of freedom and prosperity. I believe I have a workable hypothesis. As is self-evident, over the past several decades much of the male population has become a bunch of mama's boys. Back in the day, a young man went out to seek his fortune with the realization that he was responsible for his own success. He did not expect handouts, and studiously avoided taking charity of any sort, as that was for those who needed it. Now, it seems that many expect to employ the fruits of others' labor to subsidize their quest for a life of comfort. Sadly, many of these apron-string-sucking metrosexuals have been elected to places of power by other folks who feel they are entitled to the same comforts of life as those who have gained their prosperity from the sweat of their brow. There was a very wise man by the name of Alexander Fraser Tytler. He was a Scottish judge, writer and historian who lived at the same time as our founding fathers. He said that a democracy cannot exist as a permanent form of government. It can only exist until the majority discovers it can vote itself largest out of the public treasury. After that, the majority always votes for the candidate promising the most benefits, with the result the democracy collapses because of the loose fiscal policy ensuing, always to be followed by a dictatorship, then a monarchy. It is said that he also once noted that the historical cycle seems to be, from bondage to spiritual faith, from spiritual faith to courage, from courage to liberty, from liberty to abundance, from abundance to selfishness, from selfishness to apathy, from apathy to dependency, and from dependency back to bondage once more. This is known as the fatal sequence. One might assume that at this point I will launch into a diatribe about how the progressive movement has gained and seeks to retain power by creating a culture of dependency. However, I would like to put forth a theory that may help to explain why so many American men have become docile wimps who have long forgotten the ways of their fathers. Plastic water bottles and canned food linings contain a compound called bisphenol, or BPA. It is thought to be an endocrine disruptor which can mimic estrogen and may lead to negative health effects, such as behaving like an emotional schoolgirl. In addition, the birth control pill is a widespread contraception method. Large amounts of these modified estrogens leave the body again in urine. The conventional methods in sewage treatment plants are unable to treat this wastewater sufficiently because estrogen is very difficult to break down. As a result, the hormone finds its way into rivers and lakes. This water is consumed and excreted again and again as the rivers flow to the sea. The closer one gets to the coast, the more estrogen is in the water. I believe this is a portion of the reason that the cities along our coastlines are filled with men who seem to have evolved into chemically neutered drones, eager to place their destiny in the hands of a nanny state. Here in Montana, we drink pure water from the mountains. We eat meat that is not tainted with growth hormones. We can our own foods and we are still men of the land. So, the next time you city slickers look down your noses at us backwards mountain folk, you may wish to reconsider your position. Someday, you may find us quite useful. Well, thanks for listening. I have to go now. My cousins are getting married tomorrow and I need to go brush my best buckskin suit.